Hey, everybody, welcome to Show Some Hus. I hope all you Knicks fans are at the game. I hope you're going home real sad tonight. I hope so. Um, Nuggets win 113-100. Nuggets improved at 49-21. We are now 13-2 after the All-Star break, which is just ridiculous. Yeah, Leo, I kind of told you I really didn't get a watch. I listened to the first half, didn't really get to watch it. So kind of give me your take on this game, man.
Donnie, let me start off with last matchup getting whipped up by 38 points. They didn't have OG, they
Mm-hmm.
didn't have Robinson, and I forget who else. They had one other guy that's a stud of theirs, and he wasn't playing.
Barrett?
Uh, I thought he got traded. I'm pretty sure he got
Oh,
traded.
yeah, you're right. You're
Um,
right.
but Josh Hart, who's been playing, 487 minutes a game lately, and he's been on a triple double run with like five in the last 20 games or something. And Brunson's been doing his thing. He's so shifty. He's so shifty. So um, going in, it's a little nerve wracking because we usually play down to teams,
Mm-hmm.
and I say that with um, not a not a happy tone, obviously, but it is what it is. So it was great to see an aggressive start by Jamal. It was great to see this. Jamal was getting to the rack early. We were running what JJ Redick and I'm sure a lot of other NBA players call um, a thumbs down or a thumbs up, which is just a normal angled ball screen
Mm-hmm.
of some sort. And by the way, man, you got to check out Mind the Game, the first episode of Redick and Braun. It was pretty cool. I think it talks about, they kind of mentioned Jokic and just a quick passing about how the processor within some of the greats is it's like a computer,
Mm-hmm.
it's just so much faster. And it doesn't really matter how athletic you are, how big you are, or how quick you can shoot or dribble. It's if you can process faster, you can do more things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think, Nikola is obviously an example of that. And he started off with, you know, 7, 7, and 7, it seemed like, or something like that. So it was great to see the fellas um, come out swinging instead of being passive.
Yeah.
Um, and man, at the 2 minute mark, I want to say it was the 2 minute left in the second. AG with the spin and the lay over the rim. That was just electrifying. Just electrifying. So cool to see.
Nice.
Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, man.
yeah, I guess I'll wait till the end, but I
Here's what I'll say, man. You've heard me say this before, and I just cannot reiterate this enough. I was thinking my stat that I wanted to track tonight was ball screen points.
okay.
And in the first 8 minutes of the game, we had 8 ball screen points, whether it was a kickback to Joker or an attack to the rim, whatever it was. I'll say it a million times, man, until I'm blue in the face. If we commit to screening, we are unbeatable. But
Yeah.
we have to commit.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I will say, man, the ladies dancing. It was like an older group of ladies, like in their 60s and 70s. They were doing some sort of choreographed dance at a timeout. They had these slick white jackets. We got to get ourselves these slick white jackets, man. They're like these satin button ups, like you see from Starter. They are just beautiful. We got to get ourselves some.
Yeah, we'll get
Anyway,
it. We'll get the Show Some Hus logo on them.
yeah, yeah. And then that's the thing is we have to. Before going into halftime, I don't know if you saw him. It was a DJ sighting. DeAndre Jordan does still indeed play basketball for the Denver Nuggets. Um, and what a dunk! Oh my goodness, that was so awesome. What a toss! I think it was from Jamal.
Okay.
Um, so man, that first half was not. Not great, but also not the worst thing ever.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at some stats here. We only made 6 threes.
I believe it.
Wow.
That makes sense.
I mean, I guess you look at points in the paint. We were up 20 on them, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Um, and I mean, Joker with a 30-point triple double. The guy was a plus 30, but he had to be. I mean, all the starters had to be. You look at the bench.
yeah.
I mean, again, like I only got to watch really one half this game, but I mean, our bench just, I don't really know where Peyton Watson's gone. Um, I still appreciate his effort on defense. Same with CB, but it's like we need the offensive production. You know, it's 2024. Unfortunately, offense wins championships now.
We need
So,
more production from the bench. It was bad. That's a grow for sure, right?
yeah.
But dude, I have a question for you,
Okay.
Donnie. Does MPJ get an assist or a rebound or just 2 points for that nifty little toss off the backboard? Oh my goodness, give me the ball, let me eat. That was that was amazing.
Does he get a rebound for that?
I don't think so. I don't
No.
even I think he just gets 2 points, which
Okay.
he should, right?
Yeah.
Um, but man, that was and MPJ, I think he shot like 97% tonight, or at least it felt that way. He didn't miss a whole lot. So that was great, man. And then we moved to the 7 minute mark in the third, and we almost get a um 24-second violation for being too unselfish. AG has a wide open layup or dunk and kicks it out for a three to KCP. And of course, nothing but net. So
I think I saw that.
and
Yeah.
just amazing.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, you said it. We have to sustain leads when our starters. We didn't say this, but you were indirectly saying this with our bench with CB and Watt. We got to sustain leads when our starters are not in the game. We just have to do that. We have to learn how to do that.
Yeah. I feel like come playoff time and maybe even, you know, some big games before the playoffs, I feel like opposition coaches are going to look at, okay, that's where we hang with this team. Because when the starting five
Yeah,
is on there with you know the best player in the world, a guy who should be an all-star, and then three just incredible role players, you're not gonna if those five guys could play the whole game, we'd be, you know, 70-0. Um,
yeah.
but it's just not how it works. And
No, no.
so, you know, I'm mildly concerned about the bench. Am I full panic mode? No. But, you know, come those big games we got coming up, especially against the Timberwolves, we're gonna need
Yep.
more production. Um,
Yeah. Well, you know, Donnie, speaking of panic mode,
yeah,
when Jamal Murray goes
dude.
down, when he goes down in pain,
I
I did the math. I lose about 2.3 years on my life, and it's not good for my health, man.
no,
When he goes down, I say a lot of words that I don't normally say out loud, at least, and I'm worried that one of these days the neighbors are going to get concerned and call on me. So I don't know, man.
I mean,
It's
I'm gonna knock on wood right now. But yeah, there was like two plays. One of them he actually did get hurt. There was that one kind of grabbed his thigh area, and that was just a little
mm,
too close to the knee area for me. Freaked me out. Then he got up, said he was okay, and then of course, like we're just
30 seconds later, 15 seconds
right.
later,
Like,
he
come
gets
on.
tackled.
Yeah, like, and you saw the replay, I'm sure, and I mean, he rolled it. Like he they call this in
when
hockey. They
when
call it
he uh when he slipped the first time.
no, the second time.
Oh, when he got tackled, he rolled it.
Oh yeah, his
Oh, I
foot,
didn't see that.
yeah, his foot landed on Oh, the guy that was coming up from behind him. I think it was DiVincenzo.
It was Alec
Um,
Burks.
oh, Alec Burks.
Isn't that the one who tackled
Oh
him?
no, sorry. I'm talking about like in the last few minutes here.
Yeah,
Um,
I didn't Alec Burke in the last like minute at the minute 20 mark, didn't he get tackled? Or
I
no,
think
I'm thinking earlier in the game. Never mind. Sorry, I got my
yeah,
notes mixed up. My bad.
that was like the refs got together and looked at that one, the one you're
Yes.
referring to.
Yes. Yes.
I'm thinking about the one where he got the loose ball and tried to run up the court quick, and the guy came behind him, but he like toe picked his like his toe or his foot landed on the other guy's foot, and it just rolled over, and the front of his toe just rolled it, and then his weight went on it. It didn't look great. You could just tell, and he sat there for like what, almost the rest of the game.
Yeah, and yeah. Uh
I, I don't know. It has me worried. He did get up and he did not finish the game. I think he was trying to. I think he was like,
he
I think coach was like, we're not even going to risk that. Like, it's not even, this game is done. He put CB in. Um, I, it's just, I agree with you, man. Like, I lose years of my life when anything happens with him or Joker. Um, and I hate that because
same.
that's not what sports should be. Like, I don't know. We just, there's so much writing on those two, right? I think that's why.
Right?
Uh,
Exactly.
yeah. So I, I guess you can't play with fear. So
No, well, I mean, at the 120 mark, he throws that behind the back pass to AG for that flush. Like, dude, we had a whole ESPN top 10 tonight.
yeah,
And you could 1 through 10, you could throw a dart.
yeah,
Um, last thing I wanted to mention, um, Michael Porter Jr. is making shots like he owes money to bookies. That man, oh my goodness. And tonight, because I'm like, what is he's done this multiple times this year where he's missed one shot and shot over 10 times.
yeah,
Or something very similar. Not
yeah.
maybe not exactly that, but
I mean, 13 of
um
16 is phenomenal.
my March Madness bracket is broke, but MPJ's shot is not, and I am okay with that. Like it's insane, man. And he owns the single season Nuggets 3-point record as of tonight, and we have
Nice,
10 games left.
nice.
Yeah,
That's awesome, man. Yeah, he's had a kind of an up and down season, but I will say the most successful thing for him is he's only missed like one game.
yeah.
I mean, you look at Joker's probably missed, I think, three or four. Jamal missed a good period of time with his ankles. Um, and he's the one that's had three back surgeries. MPJ has. So for him to be looking like this going into the playoffs, it, it's it's beautiful to see. It
It
really
is.
is.
You're absolutely right. It's just you love to see it.
Yeah, and I want to go back to something that you kind of mentioned early in the pod. You talked about that new podcast with JJ and uh, LeBron,
Hmm.
and it talked about, I don't know the word you used, but JJ in the past has talked about court mapping, and it's basically like it's kind of like playing chess. It really is. Like, we talk about how Joker has eyes in the back of his head. No, he's just extremely aware, in real time. He
Hmm.
doesn't have the view we have, in
Hmm.
real time of like, okay, so and so I can see a quarter of my eye is doubling me. That means a percentage is very high. The MPJ is standing in the corner. He's like, I'm just
Hmm.
gonna throw it in that vicinity, you know?
Hmm.
I mean, he's just it called it court mapping. And the idea of it, to me, it felt like kind of like Battleship, the board game,
Yeah.
kind of like strategically understanding and like figuring out where people are and like being a step ahead of people. And Joker, I mean, I'm pretty sure that JJ came up with that term because of Joker.
I
You
mean, no
know?
one else does it, so that would make sense.
Yeah, and
You know
he
what?
had
Sorry.
no, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I know. I was just gonna say it reminds me of I don't know if you remember this when we were younger, but a drill that Bob had us run where he would just stand in the middle of the paint and just throw the ball to a spot, and he'd just expect us to get there. Um, like he'd give us a quick point or something, but kind of like he gives Jamal a quick nod or AG a nod or something like that, or MPJ a nod, and he expects them to be there. Except we were doing that as a drill, and he does that, like you said, in live time with professional athletes.
Yeah,
So, and I just, how do you
it's
coach that, Donnie? How do you coach that?
yeah, exactly. I think it's
How's
you
that
know,
developed?
yeah, and we talk or analysts all over ESPN, all the big networks talk about how poor Zingas was like the original unicorn, and I'm kind of like Joker's the perfect unicorn. He's a unicorn, man. He's not
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah,
there are certain things about him that yes, you need to be a successful basketball player. He's huge. He weighs like 260.
yeah,
He's got incredible touch. But then you add like this level of just court awareness, court mapping, whatever. It's just it's again, it's 3D chess, man. It makes up so much more for his, and I don't want to say lack of athletic ability because the guy is so much more athletic than most athletes in the world. But you compare him to guys like LeBron James or Jalen Brunson, one of the
yeah.
shiftiest dudes I think I've seen in the NBA at this point. Um, I mean, it makes up for that, just kind of him being a little bit behind that. However, I I do think there were some negatives tonight from what I saw. Again, I only saw the second half, and I just the defensive intensity until the fourth quarter was really frustrating for me, and even kind of early in the third. I was just I think you texted me and you said, "Why won't the Knicks die?"
And
I don't.
and you're exactly right, man. We rely on our offensive superiority for everything, which isn't great. I think we can get away with it for now,
Mhm.
but I don't. Getting used to it is not a good thing because getting used to it will get us beat in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't want that. I don't
It's
want
not fun to
us.
watch.
Yeah, like if we go out because we weren't as a good of enough team. I mean, when we play with high effort, high intensity, we're the best team on this planet. There's no
Yeah,
question. And I don't want us to see I don't want to see us go out because lack of effort, lack of defense, lack of rebounding. Things that
yeah,
are just so fundamental in this game of basketball. But yeah, I don't know. And again, I'm not hitting the panic button. I just feel like never be satisfied, man. There's always something to work on.
100%. And if we're talking, you know, hey, we got to work on our defense, and we're giving up 100 points to the Knicks, I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
If that's our biggest discussion,
for
I don't
sure.
like that it has to be a discussion, but I like that it's our really only big one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But hey,
Um,
man, 2 games without an accident.
let's go. My buddy,
Here's a
or
question for you, Donnie. I got a question for you.
okay,
I get you got to pick a player for me. You need to pick
okay,
right, and I think you will. I'm gonna start doing this, so get
okay.
used to it. Pick the better player of all time. Patrick Ewing, all-time Nick. It's kind of festive since we play the Knicks. Or Alex English. Which one of those two is the better player all time?
Okay, so I caught the end of Ewing's career. Um, he was an absolute colossus in the paint. Um, one of the best Knicks of all time, without a doubt.
Mhm.
Alex English dominated the NBA in the 80s. Um, he just wasn't, no, he doesn't have a title. He wasn't, we're talking about the 80s here. We're talking about uh, Showtime, or what did they call that team? The Magic team. Like,
The Showtime Lakers.
exactly. So like I, to me it'd be Alex English. I've only watched Alex English highlights on YouTube, so it's not like I'm well versed in the Alex English era. But yeah, I don't know. Who do you got? Is there a right answer here?
Yeah, the right answer is Alex English every time, man. Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I think yeah, I mean Patrick Ewing, all-time great, one of the best mustaches uh to ever play the game, and a great big guy, a great advocate for the game as well. I hear he's a great teammate, and I don't know, I would say he's the greatest modern Nick of all time.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of history with that team, but uh, it's Alex English every time, and twice on Tuesdays.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I
well, I just want to see what you thought, man.
No, that's a great question, especially because it's almost like two guys from two different eras. Um,
Yeah, and they're
neither of them.
pretty close in uh talent wise, I would say, like as far as like their impact for their teams. And
Yeah. Yeah. Um, but who's your man of the match tonight?
man of the match.
Is it?
I mean,
Yeah, it's
I mean,
the just say it for me.
uh, the Serbian sensation,
That's the guy.
Nikola Jokic.
That's the man.
Man, I just, we are a Show Some Hus podcast, and people, talk about him not loving basketball, and he doesn't even work hard. Da 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 da. Dude, he boxes out. He is so, you talk about court mapping. He knows how to throw his body in places to
Hmm.
seal people on a backside or even on a front side rebound. Like, it's
Hmm.
insane. He just knows where it is,
Hmm.
and he'll hustle to go get it. So I'm giving it to Nikola, but the great thing about tonight's game is I think he could have gone to a couple people. So but it's
Yeah.
hard to argue with that deep of a triple double.
Yeah. It's funny you say that about he knows how to throw his body around. How many times have we kept possession, gotten second possessions because he's going for an offensive rebound and he leverages his body perfectly and we get a foul call?
Yeah,
How
yeah,
I don't know the actual stat on that, but I could tell you it's pretty high.
yeah.
And I mean, the guy just, again, I just say it, 3D chess. It's crazy. Uh,
We're
yeah,
so lucky to have it, and I'm glad that we're talking about it and taking an opportunity to enjoy it.
yeah, man, absolutely. I'm gonna enjoy every second of this. Do you have any last thoughts on this game? Do you have any thoughts on the next game at the Blazers on Saturday?
No, man, I'm just excited for 3 games without an accident. I'm glad to get two. It's nice to give them a tag back after that 38-point Lincoln at the beginning of the season.
Hmm.
But you know, we're we're getting there. We still, like you said, we have some things to work on defensively, but offensively, we are clicking on all cylinders right now. Let's go.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, we're on pace to beat next year's record pretty easily. Or sorry, not next year, last year's record.
Yeah,
And we may not even get the 1 seed, which is just wild. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, let's just keep adding to the left side of the column. Keep this games without an accident going up and up and up. Keep everybody healthy. Keep playing hard, getting better each game. And just keep hustling. That's what we like here on Show Some Hus, and I think that's going to get us to a championship.
It is, and it's fun basketball to watch. So
Absolutely, man.
in
All right.
Nikola we trust.
Yeah. Remind the people, my friend.
Hey, everybody, do not forget to show some Hus. Go Nuggets, and please stay tuned for some possible really exciting news coming up in the next week. Really, really
Yes.
big news.
Yes.
Please stay tuned. We will definitely be letting you know more about that soon.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. We'll catch you on the next one.